Testing.
Good.
Hannah, thank you. Hannah, thank you so much. And it is such a delight to see the future here. These Amnesty International students, and I have such respect for Amnesty International, one of our coalition partners, and for the young people that have the passion to carry on its important mission. Thank you for co-hosting this. Basically, right now, I just want to say hello to folks, and thank you for coming out. One of the things that we're going to do over the course of this evening is to report to you our hopes, our dreams for this next 2013-2014 legislative session. And I will tell you, my first hope and my first dream is that as much as I have loved these annual gatherings, that this is our last one. Because I firmly believe that if we put our oars in the water and row this year as hard as we possibly can, we are going to abolish the death penalty this year. This is our window to do it, and New Hampshire is ready to abolish the death penalty. And with the support of folks like you, speaking to your legislators, speaking to your friends, speaking to your neighbors, we're going to abolish the death penalty this year. And I hope that we have the celebration on June 8th, my birthday. There are several board members in the audience, and I just, rather than introduce you, if you could just stand up so if folks have a question about the board or about the organization before they go, they might know who to have some conversations with about how else they can get involved. So Marty, Denny, Arnie, if you could stand up. Thank you very much. And thank you for all the time and commitment that you put into this effort. What I'm really doing up here is about to introduce my personal angel. In 2008, the coalition was a little bit of a band of ragtag individuals who had some real dreams about abolishing the death penalty in New Hampshire. And what we thought is that, geez, if we can just get, if the legislature would just study the issue, and we could present witnesses to them and compelling testimony, then they would just see that, that the death penalty is not the right thing for New Hampshire. So we worked hard with some legislators, and we got a bill to form a study commission passed. And that was in 2008. Shortly after the bill was passed, I got a call from Shari Silverstein, who introduced herself as the executive director for Equal Justice USA. And she said, hey, I heard you guys just had a bill to pass a study commission. Do you have any clue who you're going to have testify? And I said, well, no, we hadn't really thought about that. So Shari said, well, guess what? EJUSA would like to adopt you and to help you through this process, which was an amazing process of learning from witnesses all over the country who had a lot more exposure to the death penalty than fortunately we do in New Hampshire, how it had touched their life, bringing them to New Hampshire. People like prison wardens who had actually participated in executions talking about what their experience was like. Experts in deterrence, professors from all over the place, members from Witness to Innocence to share their experience of what it was like to be wrongfully convicted on death row. It was an unbelievable experience to sit there and listen to these witnesses. And we could not have done it without Equal Justice USA. And EJUSA, for that year of the study commission, gave us Mona Cadena. And Mona, is sitting in San Francisco. What in the world, how is she possibly going to help us here in New Hampshire? Well, Mona is the most unbelievable researcher. She is the most energetic, knowledgeable person. She she knew people from all over the country who could come and tell stories that would touch people in ways that you could not imagine. And Mona devoted hours and hours and hours, well, virtually her whole year, to us that year, in making the study commission such an important thing for the state of New Hampshire. And EJUSA is still our partner. And EJUSA looks at, well, I'll have Mona come up and talk a little bit about what EJUSA does. But what we are to New Hampshire, EJUSA is to the entire country, taking a global look throughout our country about the death penalty, thinking about what it means for us as a society, not just here in New Hampshire, but throughout our country, how it impacts us, and what it says about us as a nation to have it, and what it would say about us as a nation to finally repeal this. And I am so thrilled to introduce Mona Cadena to you.